Okay, so on this one, what do? We're trying to factor. We've got 4 terms. Factor by grouping. Now on this one, we're going to have to rearrange on step 1. Step 1, reorder the terms. So the y's are together. So in other words, I'm going to switch the order on these two. Why? Because I want this term and this term to be next to each other. So we get x squared y plus 6y. And then over here, oh, actually, you know what? Yeah, that'll be fine. Actually, yeah. And then let's put the 48. Well, here we could do this. Yeah, that's fine. We could do that right there. That'll work. Is that making sense? Like that? Switch those two. Because now you see we have the 2 terms that have a y together and the 2 terms that don't have a y are separate, right? So now we do these two. What do they have in common? You take out that y. And it's y times x squared. And it's y times 6, huh? Bring down that plus sign that's in the middle here. So plus. And then what do these 2 terms both have? 8. 8 goes into 8 and 48. 8 times 6 and 8 times x squared. We'll go back. Okay. All right. Now, notice we're not done because we have a plus sign outside of parentheses. When you have pluses and minuses outside of parentheses, you're not finished. Got to keep going. Okay, so what do these both have in common? Well, they have the x squared plus 6. The order doesn't matter. The fact that this is reversed doesn't matter. You know that, right? Think about numbers. 1 plus 3, is that any different than 3 plus 1? No. It's 4 either way you do it. The order of adding never matters. So if it bugs you, you can just like turn this one around. You know, it doesn't matter. I'll just turn this one around. It's the same thing. So now, how do we go from here? What do we do? Well, now we look and we say, look, what if this common element was a big old W? What would you do? You would say, oh, I mean, like if we had YW plus 8W, I would put the W in the front. And that would leave Y plus 8, right? Because that W could go boom and boom. Well, that's exactly what we do. But instead of a W, what do they both have in common? They both have an x squared plus 6, right? You getting that? That's the common element. That whole, I know we think about this x squared and 6 as separate, but think about it as one big old chunk, one big old blob. It could go boom and boom, next to the y and next to the 8, next to the y and next to the 8, couldn't it? So it's right. And so there we go. And actually, if you check, you did do it independently, like separate like that, you get all the way back to this guy. There it is. There it is factored. So we had to first reorder because we had to get the 2 y terms together and then the non-y terms separate. There we go.